Alright guys, so with 2 days remaining for the Kingdom Arena, I want to share the defense team as well as the attack team that has gotten me pretty darn far without me even playing too much right now instead of the current season. And you guys can see right here, after the update, I have set up one specific defense team and it has been doing pretty darn well against most teams here. And on the attack side as well, I've been doing pretty darn well. So let's go over the defense team first. And it is going to be the Snapdragon Stardust Pattaya comp here. And it is going to have Capsaicin, Hollowberry, Stardust, Pattaya, and Snapdragon. With the toppings of 5 of the Swift Chocolate, focusing on the cooldown and the damage resist. With our Syrian Raspberry here, focusing on the damage resist and around 4% attack speed and cooldown. And we have Pattaya with 5 Syrian Raspberry, focusing on attack, damage resist, as well as around 8%. But you know, as long as you have as high as possible, it's really helpful. 8% is not the minimum requirement; it is the optimal. And then we have Stardust with 5 of the Juicy Apple Jelly here, focusing on the damage resist and cooldown. And we have Snapdragon, who has 5 of the Swift Chocolate, focusing on no damage resist and only on the cooldown. At least 23.7% is the optimal cooldown that you want to have in order to try to maximize on their skill cooldown. And then the treasures are going to be the scroll as well as the whistle and the jelly watch. So that's my defense team that has been doing really well here, guys. But now let's go into the attack side of things. All right, so this right over here is going to be the attack team that I've been using. It's actually really strong, and I've been actually beating a lot of just comps in general. I probably have around like 95% win rate right now with this specific comp. But you can also use that defense comp that I just shared where you have Capsaicin instead of Moonlight. But let's go over the toppings real quick. The same thing here, focusing on the Swift Chocolate here, focusing on the cooldown. Around 23% is optimal, but just focus on the damage resist and cooldown. Next one is going to be our Pattaya. Pattaya has 5 of the Syrian Raspberry, focusing on the attack and damage resist. And the cooldown, again, optimal is 8%, but just get it as high as possible. You don't need to go out of your way to try to make it at 8%. You still want to focus on that damage resist. And the next one is going to be our Stardust. Stardust has 5 of the Juicy Apple Jelly, focusing on the damage resist and on the cooldown. So the optimal, the best one is 9% ish, but that's really hard to get. So around 8%, 7% is honestly doing perfectly fine for me as well. And then we have Moonlight with 5 of the solid almond here, guys, focusing on the damage resist as well as cooldown. 8% is optimal again, but trying to get it as high as possible is going to definitely help out Moonlight in using her skill a little bit faster. And the next one is going to be our Snapdragon, 5 of the Swift Chocolate here. And we are going to at least need that 23.7% to make it the best, cooldown reduction that you guys can have for Snapdragon. And then we also have the whistle, the scroll, and the jelly watch here. And Snapdragon is absolutely doing just wonders right now. Yes, there's BTS who is able to also give pretty much the same amount of buff that Snapdragon is able to give. But Snapdragon gives extra max HP for Pattaya. Also has the the off the bat, damage resist that is going to, be applied to every single one of these cookies, even without having debuffs on them. So it really helps out. Extra attack helps out. The debuff resist and, the stun resist also is pretty darn helpful. All right, so here we go. Let's get into the arena now and show you guys this team in action. And here we go. So this one is actually going to be a purple yam Hollowberry. All right, Moonlight Stardust. And you're going to be able to see that, Moonlight Solid Almond is really helpful in allowing her to stay alive. So I'm pretty sure that Moonlight right there on the enemy team probably had either Syrian Raspberry or a Swift Chocolate or a Syrian Raspberry Swift Chocolate mix. While they all died out, my Moonlight still maxed HP. All right, and there we go. Easy victory. But I got to say, you guys know how it is right now. This team itself, all right, super epic, dragon, ancient, legendary, and a special. Yes, they're all different rarities. All right, they're all different rarities, but they are no epics. So definitely, you guys can tell that is going to be a big difference here, guys. But Pattaya absolutely carrying the team here with 3.7 million damage. All right, guys. So this time around, we're gonna actually verse the attack speed comp as well. You see the Hollowberry, Queen of Man, Madeline. We see the Vampire as well as the Moonlight here. Right, and you're gonna be able to see that because of the fact that we have Holloberry as well as someone like Snapdragon giving extra damage resist and the damage focus. Our cookies actually survive a lot longer, and they just have a lot more damage resist and survivability. And even the attack speed comp is not able to, slice through this team because of the extra damage resist that Stardust gets with the passive skill. Moonlight, who's able to have some ability to dodge and has full solid almond. We have Snapdragon, who does not take damage and gives extra damage resist. We have Holloberry, who's able to also just take some of the damage that the cookies are taking. So right there, guys, even the Madeline couldn't slice through our team here. And here we go. This one's going to be another attack speed comp with the Black Pearl this time around instead of the Vampire that we faced earlier. All right, and the Black Pearl, yeah, kind of just disappeared even before she got to do anything here. All right, our Stardust barely survived there. All right, and Moonlight on the enemy team is gone now. And it's just left with the 3 of the tanks and Madeline solo and done as well. All right, even before that 1 minute mark actually kind of took place there. And there you go, Pattaya once again with the 3.3 million damage. And yeah, even the fully ascended Queen of Man and Madeline couldn't slice through our team. Alright guys, and this one is gonna be a team right here that's gonna be a variation of that triple tank, but instead of the Capsaicin, they are using the Stardust here. And they don't have the Snapdragon, and they just have the BTS, which is going to probably end up with our victory because of that. But let's just see how it turns out here. Their Stardust is definitely surviving, and going to put that sign of the star debuff onto our Moonlight again, and boom. Okay, so our Moonlight did die, but our Stardust is still alive, which means that we should be able to put the sign of the star onto the enemy Pattaya here, and hopefully our Pattaya and Stardust is able to carry this to victory. All right, but they do have that double heal, which hurts, but there you go, our Pattaya, and boom, at the 30-second mark, just done. All right, there you guys go. And you can see right here, because the battle was dragged down for a pretty long time, 5 million damage coming out from Holloberry, 8.9 million from Pattaya, and 5.9 million from Stardust. Moonlight did die early, so it was only 1.8 million. And you can see right there, even at the 2-star promotion with my Snapdragon, it's outperforming the BTS, who has a 2-star ascension, only the 5 million healing, and our Snapdragon did 6.4. So this team right now is probably going to be the standard. This is pretty much what everybody is using if they have all of these cookies, especially in the top ranks right now. Snapdragon is absolutely just kind of disgusting inside of the arena, as in the good way here. But even at the low promotion, even at 0-star promotion, Snapdragon is able to outperform most BTSs. You guys got to keep in mind, BTS does not have any lab buffs that is going to be applied to them, because their class is not a specific class. There's classes called BTS, and they don't have any lab buff, while Snapdragon is able to take all of the lab buffs that are going to be incorporated for the support type class. So just keep that in mind. You get the extra heal, you get the extra HP, all of those stats, and just the attack buff also just allows Snapdragon to heal a lot more. All right, so definitely, even at a low star promotion, even at a 0-star promotion, I highly recommend, if you guys have Pattaya or even any other cookies, even without Pattaya, I would say Snapdragon is pretty darn good right now, especially because not many people are using somebody who's gonna stun. They're using just Stardust and Moonlight combo, where you're just getting slept, so it doesn't really matter. So I definitely recommend you guys to try out this team. If not, you don't have Moonlight still, then try to do it with Capsaicin. If you don't have Stardust, try out with Capsaicin as well. If you guys don't have Capsaicin, then you guys can use someone like Sherbet. You guys can put in another healer like Pure Vanilla in there as well. That also works out. But hope you guys found the video helpful. Good luck with the climbing. I'll continue to update you guys on more teams. I know this was more of a quote-unquote standard default team that we have going on right now that is really, really popular, but I will be making more teams before the arena season ends, talking about what you guys can use, including some of the epics as well. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.